Imagine a world turned upside down. What if, in a terrifying instant, all the land on Earth became water, and all the water became land? This isn't just a change of scenery. This is a global catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. Cities would be swallowed by the seas, mountains would become islands in vast new oceans, life as we know it would cease to exist. This isn't a scenario limited to science fiction. Scientists and disaster preparedness experts often consider such what-if situations. By exploring the impossible, we gain a better understanding of our world and the fragility of our existence. While the sudden reversal of land and water is highly unlikely, exploring its consequences can be a valuable thought experiment. Thinking about this impossible scenario can help us prepare for smaller, but still devastating, natural disasters. It also highlights the interconnectedness of our planet's systems. The Earth is a delicate balance, and even small changes can have ripple effects across the globe. In the immediate aftermath of the land and water switch, the planet would be ravaged by chaos. Imagine colossal tsunamis, taller than skyscrapers, surging across entire continents. These walls of water, driven by the sudden shift in Earth's mass, would obliterate everything in their path. Coastal cities home to billions of people would be wiped off the map in minutes. Inland areas wouldn't be spared. As the former ocean floors rapidly drain, the displaced water would flood across the land. Rivers would reverse course, becoming raging torrents of destruction. Lakes would overflow their banks, inundating vast areas. Within hours, the planet would be unrecognizable. The initial death toll would be staggering, measured in billions. The few survivors would be left to face a world utterly transformed, a world where survival would be a daily struggle. The reversal wouldn't just be devastating for those on land. Ships at sea would find themselves stranded high and dry on the former ocean floor. Massive cargo ships, once giants of the sea, would now be beached on mountainsides or stranded in deserts. Cruise ships, once symbols of luxury, would become rusting hulks in the middle of nowhere. For those aboard these stranded vessels, their journey would become one of survival. They would have to adapt to a strange new world, scavenging for resources and trying to find their way in a landscape that was once the ocean floor. Some ships might contain supplies that could help with short-term survival, but long-term prospects would be bleak. The plight of these stranded sailors would be a stark reminder of the suddenness and totality of the disaster. The world they knew, the world of shipping lanes and open oceans, would be gone forever. Not all former landmasses would become dry and lifeless deserts. The Amazon rainforest, for example, would transform into a vast, new ocean basin. This new sea, filled with the decayed remains of billions of trees and plants, would become a breeding ground for bacteria. These bacteria, feasting on the organic matter, could release massive amounts of methane and hydrogen sulfide into the atmosphere. These gases are not only toxic, but also highly flammable. The new Amazonian ocean could become a volatile and dangerous environment. Lightning strikes or volcanic eruptions could ignite the gases, leading to massive explosions and fires. The air above the basin would be thick with poisonous fumes, making it uninhabitable for humans and other animals. The Amazon basin's transformation highlights another aspect of this what-if scenario. The sudden ecological changes wouldn't just be disruptive, they could also be deadly, creating new hazards and challenges for any surviving life forms. Section 5. Climate and Chaos. A world gone mad. The sudden switch of land and water would throw Earth's climate into utter chaos. The planet's delicate balance of temperature and weather patterns, already under stress from human activity, would be completely upended. Ocean currents, responsible for regulating temperatures and distributing heat around the globe, would cease to exist. Without the moderating influence of the oceans, land masses would experience extreme temperature swings. Days would be scorching hot while nights would be bitterly cold. The once temperate zones would become deserts, while the polar regions might warm slightly, but not enough to support life. Rainfall patterns would become erratic and unpredictable, leading to widespread droughts and floods. The chaos in the atmosphere would have devastating consequences for any surviving life. Plants and animals, adapted to specific climatic conditions, would struggle to survive in this new, unpredictable environment. Section 6. A new world arises, emerging continents and altered geography. From the ashes of the old world, a new geography would emerge. The former ocean floors, now exposed to the air, would be stark and barren landscapes. Wind and rain would carve canyons and gorges into the former seabed. Over time, some areas might become hospitable to life. Pioneer species could pave the way for ecological succession. This new world would be radically different from the one we know. The very face of the planet would be transformed. Section 7. Life finds a way, or does it? The Great Extinction. The immediate aftermath of the land and water switch would be a mass extinction event unlike anything in Earth's history. With their habitats destroyed, most species would have little chance of survival. Marine life would be wiped out almost instantly. Whales and dolphins would be stranded, baking under the sun. On land, the situation would be just as dire. Animals like elephants and hippos would perish within days. Birds would starve to death in the skies. Insects, crucial for pollination, would vanish. The extinction wouldn't be limited to animals. Plants, too, would suffer catastrophic losses. Crops would be wiped out, leading to global famine. Section 8. Lost Worlds Found. Ancient Diseases and the Danger of the Deep. As the former ocean floors dry up, they could reveal secrets long hidden beneath the waves. Sunken cities, remnants of ancient civilizations, might be exposed for the first time in millennia. Shipwrecks laden with treasures and historical artifacts could become accessible to explorers. However, these discoveries come with a hidden danger. The ocean floor could also harbor ancient bacteria and viruses dormant for millions of years. As these microbes are exposed to the air and come into contact with humans, they could unleash new and deadly diseases. Without immunity to these ancient pathogens, humans could be highly susceptible. The potential for pandemics would be a serious threat in this new world. Humanity, already struggling to survive in a devastated environment, could be further decimated by diseases for which there is no cure. Section 9. Are we prepared? Humanity's struggle against the unthinkable. The scenario of land and water switching places highlights a stark reality. Humanity is woefully unprepared for a global catastrophe of this magnitude. Our disaster preparedness plans, focused on more localized events like hurricanes or earthquakes, would be utterly inadequate in the face of such a fundamental shift in Earth's geography. The immediate aftermath would be characterized by chaos and panic. Governments would collapse, communication networks would fail, and essential services like food and water distribution would grind to a halt. The few survivors would be left to fend for themselves in a world where the rules of survival had been rewritten. This scenario underscores the importance of investing in resilience, both on a personal and societal level. We need to develop better strategies for coping with large-scale disasters, including ways to secure food and water, provide medical care, and rebuild communities. Section 10. Could it really happen? The science behind the what if? While the sudden, complete reversal of land and water is highly implausible, it's not entirely outside the realm of scientific possibility. Earth's surface is in a constant state of flux, shaped by plate tectonics, volcanic activity, and erosion. Over millions of years, continents drift, oceans form and disappear, and the planet's geography undergoes dramatic transformations. However, these processes occur on geological timescales, far too slow to cause the kind of instantaneous upheaval we've been imagining. For land and water to switch places suddenly, it would require a cataclysmic event, perhaps involving a massive asteroid impact, or a fundamental shift in Earth's gravitational field. While such scenarios are extremely unlikely, they serve as a reminder of the powerful forces that shape our planet and the importance of understanding the science behind natural disasters. Section 11. The importance of imagination, why we explore the impossible. Thinking about seemingly impossible scenarios like the reversal of land and water may seem like an exercise in futility. However, these thought experiments serve a valuable purpose. They force us to confront our assumptions about the world and to consider the fragility of our existence. By exploring the what-ifs, we can better prepare for the unexpected. We can identify potential vulnerabilities in our infrastructure and develop strategies for mitigating the impacts of large-scale disasters. We can also gain a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of Earth's systems and the importance of protecting our planet. Ultimately, the greatest benefit of imagining the impossible is that it reminds us of the preciousness of the possible. It encourages us to cherish the world we have while inspiring us to build a more resilient and sustainable future.